5th grade ELA. We're going to be reading Finding the Music. Above a booth at the back of Cielo Lindo restaurant hung the old viola, René's Buelto. Her grandpa had played the instrument when he was a musician in a mariachi band. René spent every weekend at the restaurant with her mama. In the morning when Mama opened the restaurant, she would touch the viola's strings, close her eyes and whisper, "Ah, René, how I wish I could hear you abuela play again." René liked to climb into her favorite booth, the one below Buelto's viola, to read while Mama cooked, but the restaurant was often so noisy, René couldn't concentrate. When René couldn't complain, Mama just smiled. "Oh, René," she smiled. "They are the sounds of happy lives. The voice of our neighbors are like music," Buelto always said. René wasn't so sure, especially one Saturday when Cielo Lindo was noisier than ever. All day the doorbell jangled as customers walked in and out. Mr. Espinosa and Mr. Hernandez shook their newspapers at each other, their coffee growing cold while they argued, then agreed, then argued again. The Sandoval twins smacked spoons against the table. In the kitchen where Mama was warming a batch of tortillas, dance music rang out from the old-fashioned record player on the countertop. René sank deeper into the booth. She pulled her book closer to her nose and tried to ignore the ruckus. Suddenly, one of the Sandoval twins threw a spoonful of food at his brother. The boys hollered wildly. "Enough!" René shouted. Flinging her arms up in the air, the book slipped from her fingers and flew straight into the Buelto's viola, knocking it to the floor with a loud thud. "Oh, no!" René gasped. Everyone stared at her in stunned silence, everyone except Mama, who was still in the kitchen. René couldn't let Mama see what had happened. She grabbed the viola and rushed toward the door. "Be back soon, Mama," René called. Don't go too far," Mama replied. "I want you here in time for dinner." Outside, René sucked in a deep breath and examined the viola. An ugly crack crept up the front, and the strings drooped. René had never heard a Buelto play the viola, but every night at bedtime, Mama described the Mexican folk songs he had performed. She said the music was like an old friend, taking your hands and pulling you out into the dance floor. René knew she had to get the viola fixed somehow. Not far from Cielo Lindo was Don Antonio's hardware store. Don Antonio had repaired René's bicycle once. Mama, he could help again. Maybe he can help again. "Can you fix it?" René asked as she lifted the viola onto the counter. Don Antonio tilted his head and squinted. "Ah, there," he said. "Let's see." He tugged at one of the sagging strings with his pliers. The string snapped. "Oh, I'm sorry," Don Antonio said, shaking his head. He handed the viola back to René. As she turned to leave, she noticed an old phone taped to the cash register. René recognized one of the faces from photographs at home. "My abuelo," she said. "Si," Don Antonio said. "Yes." He took down the picture from the cash register. "This was at my wedding. None of us had much money then, so instead of a gift, your abuelo and his mariachis played for us." Don Antonio handed the photo of René. "Now I'd like to give it to you." "Gracias," René said. "Thank you." She left the hardware store, wondering what to do next. Across the street, René saw Miss Anna, the school music teacher, pulling weeds at her garden. Miss Anna seemed to know everything about musical instruments. René hoped she knew how to fix them, too. René showed Miss Anna the viola and told her what happened. "You know, René," Miss Anna said, "the first music lessons I ever took were from your abuelo. He taught me on his viola. Wait here, I think I have something that will help." When Miss Anna returned, she was carrying a hat, a sombrero de charro, an old hat. René asked, "How will that help?" "When I went to college to study music, your abuelo gave me his sombrero for good luck," Miss Anna said. "Now I hope it will bring good luck to you." Miss Anna put the hat on René's head. René smiled, proud to wear abuelo's sombrero. Then she remembered the viola, and her smile disappeared. "Don't worry, René," Miss Anna said. "Your mama will understand it was an accident." René nodded and waved goodbye, hoping Miss Anna was right. Talking with Miss Anna had given Renee another idea. She would take the Vuela to Adalta, the music shop. Renee wondered why she hadn't thought of it sooner. Last year, Mama had bought Renee's a trumpet at Adalta's. Mama didn't have enough money to pay for the trumpet all at once, but Senor Marcos, the owner, had said Mama could pay for it a little at a time. Renee crossed her fingers. Maybe with the money Mama gave her for helping at the restaurant, she could pay for a new Vuela the same way. Renee, hello, Senor Marcos called when Renee entered the shop. Then he noticed the Vuela que pasa. Yes, what happened? It was my abuelito's, Renee explained. It fell off the wall. I was wondering if you had another one. I can pay for a little bit at a time. Senor Marcos held out. May I see it? He ran his finger out over the ugly crack. I don't have any Vuelas, he said, but you don't need me. I can help you fix this. Gracias, Renee cried. Mrs. Anna was right. The sombrero was good luck. Can we do it now? I'm sorry, but I'm busy until next weekend. Renee sighed. Mama would be so disappointed. I never even heard Abuelito play, Renee whispered. After listening to so many stories about his music, she longed to hear it. Sugma, Senor Marcos said. Follow me. Senor Marcos led Renee to his office. He searched through stacks of old records, pulled one out, and handed it to Renee. If you're going to fix a Vuela, he said, you need to know how it's supposed to sound. Your abuelito's mariachi band had a few of these little records made. This might be the only one left. Take it home and listen, then come back with the Vuela next Saturday morning. Renee thanked Senor Marcos and returned to Cielto Lindo. She couldn't wait to play the record, but first she had to tell Mama what had happened to the Vuela. Where have you been, Mama asked when she had heard the doorbell jingle. I'm really sorry, Renee said. She explained how she had broken her Vuela and promised to fix it with help from Senor Marcos. Where did you find that? Mama interrupted, pointing at the sombrero. It's from Miss Anna, Renee replied. Abuelita gave it to her, and now she gave it to me. And look, Don Antonio gave me this photo. Mama laughed. How handsome Abuelita was. And she tucked the picture into the hat band and hung the sombrero on the wall, right where the Vuela had been. As the dinner-time crowd filled Cielto Lindo, Renee had one more idea. She hurried to the kitchen and put Abuela's record on the record player. Then she turned the volume dial as high as it could go. Ay! Abuela's joyful voice rang through the restaurant. The sound of his Vuela was clear and sweet. Listen, Mama said. You can hear Abuelito play again. Then she took her Mama's hands, and together they danced around the table, laughing and spinning. It was noisier than ever at Cielto Lindo, and Renee didn't mind at all.